She been calling me. Hold my breath in the pool, but she been underwater in the Indian Sea. I've been doing it right. Can't forget what you said. When you're finished with you, baby, you should come and find me in the Sea of Cortez. The way that my heart is, the way that the sea. She been living a dream. There's a blanket of cool water. She been cultivating in the space in between. Could be chasing a ghost, another crease in the waves. With all the truth in my blue colors, she just give me something I could never replace. The way that my heart is, the way that the sea.
Well, there we have it. The half-time score here at Carrow Road is 1-1. An early goal from Teemu Pukki before Scott Kashket levelled it up for the visitors. Rob, when that first goal went in, we thought, well, it's going to be a really easy half-time analysis. You know, we could have a couple of Norwich goals to talk about, but then things, they changed very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought my prediction of 3-0 was way off. I thought it was going to be like 5 or 6. Yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic start. They were out of the blocks really, really quick, Norwich. Scored a really good goal and had a couple of opportunities in the right areas as well to score more. They didn't. And then basically the sucker punch, what I said, you know what I mean, don't get complacent, don't make errors against these teams. And they did just that. You know what I mean, it was a bit of I think it was Ben Gibson or Kintia never challenged the guy, headed the ball in the box on number 7. And Grant Hanley and the goalkeeper, you go, me go. Basically, no one went, and the lads who fed to him was sharp, nipping in and scoring the goal. And I think what that did, that gave Wycombe belief, basically, because the first 10 minutes they were gone. They were all over the place. Norwich were just completely tearing through them, knife through butter. But like I say, it gave them belief. And to be honest, probably they've done the better in terms of sort of like putting the opposition under pressure. I mean, they've attacked. They've shown a great belief in themselves. They haven't put that many men behind the ball, enough, but not every man. And like I say, so when they win the ball, the two centre halves are under pressure. Ben Gibson and Grant Hanley, the two, like we said time and time again. You know, I mean, Kintia and Aaron's is high up here. They're winning possession, and it's sort of like sometimes it's like a 3v3. There was one instance, I think it was like a, you know, I mean, Ben Gibson come across. These are out of position. Aaron's up there, and there's like one here, one there, and there is a guy spare on his own there. You've got to be so careful that when you lose possession, you know what I mean, you've got to have enough bodies back there. And like I say, Norwich went, you know what I mean, fantastic start, but fair play to Wycombe, they've come back in the game.
Yeah, Gareth Ainsworth, one of the longest serving managers in football, he's got to be really pleased with how Wycombe have approached this game. And perhaps we could use the NR1 live pad. We'll break out the technology to have a look at how Wycombe have set up and how they've been perhaps more effective than we thought they might be.
Well, against Derby and Birmingham, basically, this is what Norwich faced. You know what I mean? Like, it was like literally nine men defending and whatever. But now, you know what I mean? Like I say, if Kintia goes high up the pitch, you know what I mean? You've got like Hugo and Pukki in there, Buendia and Campbell, Aaron's nice and high, and basically you've got this box of 4 here, which is hopefully you protect. But what Wycombe have done, you know what I mean? They've kept the man here, they've kept the man up there, they've kept the man up there, and it gives them problems. And they're saying, right, okay, Norwich, break us down. You know what I mean? We're prepared to defend with these 7 people, basically, and if we win it, we're going to have a pass through there. We're going to have a pass in the corner there. And then basically it puts pressure on this. But what Aaron's and Kintia's got to do, they've got to recognise the situation that as soon as Norwich do lose the ball in there, they have to get back quicker. They have to go back like basically in direction of the goal. And it's not a jog back, they've got a sprint back, because these guys, what they've got, what they lack in technique, they have got enthusiasm, they've got desire, and they've got passion. You know what I mean? So they're not going to give these times on the ball. And if it becomes a 3v2, which it shouldn't, when Norwich have got possession, and I think another thing with Norwich, they've been like casual and sloppy with their passing. You know what I mean? The ball retention on Tuesday was really nice. Today, the ball retention, I think, has been quite poor from Norwich. You know what I mean? Under no pressure, they've been passing balls out of play. They've been giving balls away, sloppy passes. When Diaz give a couple there. You know what I mean? These passes, these lack of concentrations, whatever it is, are giving Wycombe the belief that they can get something out of this game.
Which is quite admirable, really, isn't it? Because Wycombe have had such a tough start to a season, you know, things in the Championship, but they're showing some real bravery here. We're going to cross over and see what Darren Huckabee thinks. Darren, are you with us?
I'm here, yep.
Hello, mate. How's it looking from your stance out there? You know, Wycombe have come about and attacked this game, perhaps differently to how we thought.
Yeah, they've probably attacked more than we thought they would, especially more than Birmingham did. You know, they've been a threat really on the breakaway, and probably could have scored a goal from one of the set pieces. So, like Rob said, it's very worrying that sometimes we lose the ball and our fullbacks are 30 yards behind play, running back at their own goal, and we play a decent team like that, we'll get exposed. We've nearly got exposed a couple of times, so that would be worrying. Rob's right. We haven't moved the ball as well as we can do, but when we have done, we've cut them open. So, you know, we've got to pick it up a little bit, move the ball with a bit more precision and a bit more pace, and we can call these a load of problems, but we've got to sort out defensively as well.
We've just had a telling stat on the screen of about 77% possession, but Rob, that hasn't translated to shots as we've just seen as well. You know, it's a real contrast in styles, but you know, they've cancelled each other out so far in this first half.
Absolutely. Like Darren said, I mean, Norwich have got to make use of the ball in better areas, and they've got to be more precise with their passes and whatever. Like, because I mean, they can get through this team, they can get through this defence, Wycombe defence. But like I say, after that first 10 minutes, you mean, as much as Wycombe grew in belief, Norwich sort of like seemed to say, well, how come we've conceded a goal? How have we conceded a goal? We've conceded a goal because we weren't ready for the unexpected. Okay, we lost possession, but we shouldn't be keep conceding goals like that. And like I say, you know, I mean, fair play to Wycombe. They really sort of like had a go. You know what I mean? And like I say, it's a proper game now. It's a proper game, which after the first 10 minutes you didn't think was going to happen.
And Hux, you've obviously got a different vantage point to Rob and me. You can probably hear what's going on, the communication between the Norwich City players. Does it still sound positive out there? Are they communicating well enough?
Yeah, like I say, after the first 10 minutes, it looked like we were going to walk away with it, but you know, it's just been a bit slow, a little bit sloppy. You know, we've caught on the ball in midfield a couple of times. Buendia, Todd Cantwell, and Skip. You know, we've just got to be a bit better. We've let them get back in the game more than they've imposed themselves on us. So if we just pick it up a little bit, our players are better than theirs. It's simple as that. It's up to us to make them look like, you know, the players they are. We should be way ahead of these, really. You know, player for player, we are a better team. But you know, on paper, it don't look like that. We've just got to do much better today and really get at them and see what they've got.
And what does Daniel Farke perhaps have to do now at half-time? Would he stick with the same personnel, or perhaps a little change to throw something different at Wycombe?
And sometimes we do look a bit like we've got 5 players in midfield that all do the same thing. You know, Skip, Rupp, Campbell, Buendia and Pukki. They're all nice, tidy little passes, but sometimes you've just got to have a little bit of pace. Maybe bring a wide man on, because we've got balls in the box, but it's just the same ball whipped in from the left-hand side, and they've dealt with it pretty comfortably. So we've got to mix it up a little bit. We know we're a better team than them, and you know, we can't afford to drop 2 points here, at least.
Thanks, Darren. Rob, Darren's saying perhaps Norwich have been a little bit too predictable in that first half.
Everything Darren said there was 100% right. Wycombe, where as much as I'm saying Wycombe have got belief in their ability, it's not Wycombe that's made them feel good about themselves. It's Norwich City that's given Wycombe the opportunities to make them feel so, which is wrong. It should never happen. And that's through like lack of quality in terms of Norwich. And again, I agree with Darren. I think someone like a Placheta that's coming on, playing on the, that's pace, that's raw pace. And like I said, you know what I mean, and maybe today is the time to maybe sort of like let Skip and Rook concentrate on that defence if they are going to play high up there, but maybe take a Buendia or a Cantwell. Buendia's sort of like he's giving away silly fouls again, and you can just see what's going to happen. You know what I mean? The referee's been sort of like quite lenient with him at the moment, but if he keeps on going, so maybe like substitute one of them two. You've still got a quality player in one of them, but also you've got a get out ball with Placheta, and I think Placheta on the wide, he could cause problems and whatever like. But what Norwich have to do, sort of like they have to like eradicate the mistakes, and like exactly what Darren says, man for man, Norwich are way better than Wycombe. But at the end of the day, you got to give Wycombe loads and loads of credit because they fought their way back into the game. Not through sort of like anything other than lack of ability, but they've got the passion and the desire to get something out of the games.
And obviously they've got to manage their frustration as well. A man known to occasionally demonstrate some frustration on a football pitch, Darren Huckabee. How would you manage, you know, that attitude of knowing that you should be ahead, but biding your time and just believing that your team will come through in the end?
If I was in there today, I'll be telling the players that, you know, they could have scored a couple of goals from set pieces. You know, not doing anything clever, not really having loads of good play, but they're asking for set pieces and corners. So we've got to cut that out, and we've just got to impose our willpower and our game on them. You know, we're at home. You know, we've come down from the Premier League. They've come up from League One. This is a game we've got to win. If we want to do anything in this league, we've got to beat teams like Wycombe. They're coming here losing 6 games on the trot. You know, they cannot come to Carrow Road and be on par with us. We've got to really get at them and show them what kind of team and what kind of players we've got.
And obviously, Rob, Ben Gibson picked up a yellow card in that first half. Christoph Zimmermann out with a calf injury. Yeah. How significant is that as a defender? Do you think every time you're going for a tackle, well, I'm on a yellow here?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like I say, again, he's give the yellow card away because of the desire of the Wycombe forward. And like you say, as a defender myself, you know what I mean, like you're on a yellow card, you've got 45 minutes to go, and you know that you're playing against a guy that maybe not be the greatest in terms of technical ability, but you know he's gonna be at you all the time. So he's walking a bit of a tightrope, but they've got enough experience. Him and Grant Hanley they should be able to deal with situations, any situations that this team like throws at them. Those two are experienced centre halves, and they should not get caught like they've done in this half and whatever. But like I say, Norwich, what they have to do, they have to instill that belief that they can do it. The first 10 minutes they did, they can come out again, start the same way, concentrate on the quality of the ball, get it in the right areas, move the ball quick, and Wycombe shouldn't be able to live with them.
This is really where a manager, earns his salary. His communication to the players at half-time, making sure they've got a clear plan and they keep maintaining that belief, isn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and whether Daniel will be happy, you know what I mean, he'd be definitely happy with the start of the game, but the way they finished, the goal that they conceded, certainly won't. But nor should the players. You know what I mean? The managers shouldn't be saying this to the players. The players should know that they've sort of like, after a great start, like, you know what I mean, complacency did come in. You know what I mean? That's what causes errors, complacency. So he'll be saying, listen, you go out, you're starting the game again, 45 minutes. You know what I mean? They have got to come and dominate this game, both in possession and out of possession. When they lose possession, they get it back quick.
Absolutely. Let's quickly turn our attention to the other end of the pitch, because a bright note to come out of that first half is Teemu Pukki back in the goals, and it really was a composed Teemu Pukki finish that we're used to seeing. Yeah,
it's fantastic. You mean, and like I said, I thought he delayed his finish. I thought the defender was going to go, but he just delayed it. But he knows what he's doing, and it was such a composed finish and whatever. Like, it was fantastic. And there was a couple of times when he sort of like just received it in a similar possession, but just a bit wider, where he fired two great balls across. And again, someone's got to be busting the gut to get in on that ball coming across, because, you know what I mean, that's what Teemu Pukki does really well. He gets in good positions, and when he gets in those positions, he showed what he can do today, and that was like a really, really composed finish from a really good striker.
Absolutely. Darren Huckabee, the goal scorer amongst us. Teemu Pukki, you don't become a bad striker overnight, and he had a phenomenal season that took us to the Premier League. It's brilliant to see him finish a goal like that.
Yeah, it was the way how composed he was. He knew exactly what he was doing. He waited for the keeper to come out and just dinked it over him. A great finish, but you could see that he ran away from their centre half. So you're thinking, we need to be doing that more in the game. Hugo's not really been in the game at all. A couple of headers he got on the end of, but nothing consistent. So, it's here for us. This game for us to take in. We must expect to beat these. So it's up to the players to get on with it and get the 3 points.
Well, the players are now making their way back out onto the pitch. We hope you will join us here again at full time, where hopefully Robin and Darren and I will be breaking down a Norwich City victory. Please remember that we will be announcing the winner of that signed shirt at the end of the game. And to follow this, head on over again to iFollow to watch the second half of Norwich City versus Wycombe Wanderers.
Swimming at night, she been calling on me. Hold my breath in the pool, but she been underwater in the Indian Sea. I've been doing it right, can't forget what you said. When you're finished with you, baby, you should come and find me in the Sea of Cortez. The way that my heart is, the way that the sea. She been living a dream. There's a blanket of cool water. She been cultivated in the space in between. Could be chasing a ghost, another crease in the waves. With all the truth in my blue colors, she just give me something